Okay, we're just waiting for everyone to come back in the office and we'll get started. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Putting systems in place. Okay, when you came in, there were handouts at the table. So if you have that one, the one that we're going to be going through right now is putting systems in place. So having the correct system in place can help your business run smoothly and more efficiently. When everyone knows what their role in the company is, it will help the business perform like a well-oiled machine. And it makes each person accountable for their responsibilities. So, okay. Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to put on my mean person pants. Okay, so we're going to talk about putting systems in place, and this is what's going to help your business run like a well-oiled machine and hold each person accountable for their responsibilities. So identify the job roles that are using in your business. So if you have someone that is keeping the books, write that down. If someone is prepping, if someone is updating your systems, if they're doing your receipts, the purchase tracking, your gift cards, if they're sourcing for you, if they're doing any other record keeping, anything in your business, write all of those roles down. Then write down what the responsibilities of each role are. So when we hired on new people a couple of weeks ago, we had a list of each job that they were going to be responsible for. I have a whole list of the things that I do, but I send out the newsletter, I do the webinars, I get the in-office visits organized. I have a whole list of responsibilities that I have within the company. You want to write this down so that each person is accountable for what they're supposed to be doing. Do you have the materials and software that person needs to be successful? So this is important. So each role, you know that this is a business that is technology heavy. So you want to make sure that when you give someone a job, you're giving them the tools to be successful. So if you're saying, I want you to keep track of all of your purchases and all of our purchases for the company, and you're not giving them the documentation to do so, you're not setting them up for success. If you have someone doing if you have someone doing OA, are they using tactical arbitrage? Are they using OA X-ray? Are they doing it organically? If they're doing it organically and they're not getting enough products per day that you want them to get, then you might want to think about getting software to help them facilitate this. So definitely having the right materials and software is going to help that person be successful. Create SOPs, which are standard operating procedures for your business and each role. So you know how to do the things for your business. We teach you how to do it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the people that you hire on know how to do that same job. So sit down and write a step-by-step guide of what you want them to do. So if you go RA sourcing, what is the first thing that you look for? What are the other criteria that you look for? Do you look at Keepa? Are you looking at Camel? Are you looking at the Amazon listing? Are you looking at the reviews? Are you looking as, if you're doing shoes and clothes, are you looking at the fit as expected? What exactly are you doing? Write that down so that you can set them up for success. It may seem a little silly to you to have to do this, but if someone is coming in and they're brand new to this business and they have no idea what is expected of them or how this system works, being as specific as possible is going to help them do what they need to do. For example, I'm a history teacher. I didn't go to business school. I had Amazon Prime, but I didn't know about the other side of this business. So I learned about it. I immersed myself in it, and now I can help people do it. So you want to be able to do that for your staff in each role that they have. Help them be able to do their job to the best of their ability by giving them standard operating procedures. The next thing you want to do is make sure you include instructions on how to use software. So a lot of you, I do a screen share on how to use different aspects, or there's the matrix. Have your employees watch those videos. Have them go through the process so that they understand how to use it. Make sure that they know how to use it. The order in which you want these items completed. So give them how you want them to get things done, because if they're doing things out of order, that's not going to really help your business. Let them know the documentation to use and where that info is kept. As Sam will tell you, we use the Google Drive as a central location for everything that everybody needs to find. Now, depending on who makes that document, we may never be able to find it again because it's given the most obscure title imaginable. So you want to make sure that if you have documentation, that you name it something that everybody will be able to remember and easily find, and where that info is kept, because that's going to help them be successful. The days that you want them to work on those tasks. So some people, they only do shipping on Thursday and Friday or other days. So make sure that they know what order you want them to complete things and on what days you want them to complete things. Train your employees on their job roles and what the expectations are. So I talked a little bit about this in the hiring session, but putting systems in place, when you train your employees and let them know what the expectations are, that's going to help your machine run smooth. So you want to have everything up front and know what's expected of them. So if you do this is what's going to happen. I'm going to sit down, talk to you about it. I'll retrain you if necessary, but if you mess up again, you're out of here. So let them know what's expected of them. I'm cutthroat, I know it. Sam will tell you what your expectations are for the company. So later in the day, or actually the next session, we're going to do building a business strategy. So in Sam's business, we have goals for the company. So let them know what we're all working towards, what our goal is. Why are you coming to work every day? What is your motivation? Why are you here? Let them know that, write that down for the company, and then for their role as well, so that everybody knows what's expected of them. If you cannot fill that managerial role yourself, make sure that you have someone that can fill that role. So with the day-to-day, if you can't be accountable and watch everyone who works in your company, hire somebody that can. Because if someone is not doing their job and they're slacking and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, that's just going to hurt your company in the long run. So you want to have these systems in place, so if someone is not doing what is expected of them, or tasks aren't getting completed, shipments are going into Amazon wrong, they're not being prepped properly, that manager can sit down with that person, hold them accountable, because once again, you've written out the standard operating procedure, you talked about them, what the expectations are, so you've done everything that you can do, and you want to have that manager back you up and be able to go to that person and tell them, you aren't meeting our expectations. Either you're going to have to straighten up or you're going to have to get out. And let your employees know when they mess up. Give them feedback. Let them know when they do great, but give them some kind of feedback so that they have an idea of what they're doing. Don't just fire someone out of the blue, but let them know so that they have an opportunity to change. Some of you that have been with us for a while, you know that there are people that are no longer with us. There were a couple of you who had some account reps that did not make the cut, and we told them the first time around, hey, you need to do your job better. You're not meeting standards. We've told you that you need to do this, this, and that. You're doing not even a little bit of what you're supposed to be doing. Straighten up or we're going to have to give you the boot. And they did not, so they are no longer with the company. So let them know when they mess up. Give them a chance to fix it. If they don't, then let them know that they have to go. And don't be afraid to let them go. Definitely fire them. So hiring the right people and putting the right systems in place is going to help your business run even better than it is. Know what those jobs are. Know what those roles and responsibilities are. So when it comes time to put everything in order, you know exactly what your business looks like, exactly what everybody's doing, what their tasks are on a daily basis. We've written down, and Ike will tell you 1,000 times what everyone's roles and responsibilities are. They're on my computer. They're in the Google Drive. We printed them out and gave them to Sam, so they're pretty much lost forever. We've put them everywhere. We had them in the old office. We had them on a dry erase board. I don't necessarily recommend that because when we moved, it's no longer on the dry erase board. So put down this information and put it someplace where it will be easily accessible moving forward. But make sure that you write this down, especially if you want to grow your business. You need to know what those roles are so that when you hire on new people, everything is in place. If you send out emails to customers, if you have private label and you do social media, if you run ads on Amazon, these are all different jobs that you need to write down the information for them to do it successfully. Yes. No problem. We don't have them per se. Like we don't say definitely at this point do it or this point do it. We don't have that because everybody is at a different place. Now, when I have coaching calls with people, I harass them when I know that they are at that place and they're ready to make that next step. So when I have your monthly coaching calls and you've kind of established your business and I'm checking in, that's when I start harassing you about moving to that next step, or this is what you can be doing. It's time for you to grow. If you're struggling with things, then I'll help you get to that place. Yes, so everyone is at a different place. Some people don't want to hire on other people. Some people don't want to have people in-house. They want to do VAs. So each person is a little bit different. So when you have your coaching call, that's when I'll let you know what you can be doing better for your business. But some people, they know right off the bat. Like they're like, I need more people. I need to do this differently. I need to change this up. I need to get this software. I need to do this. So it's a kind of a mixture, but there's not a set schedule. Does anyone have any other questions?
SOPs.
Yes.
How do you do that? Word document, Excel, do you do videos, do you do,
Good question. Let me show you. So there's a couple ways that you can do them. You can do a Word document. You can do a Word document with screenshots so that they can see exactly what you're talking about. If you want to do a tutorial video, if you have YouTube, and this is what I do with you guys when we're having coaching calls. Yes, I'm going to show you how to do that. No problem. So if you go into your YouTube account and you go to the Creator Studio, so if you click up here and then go to Creator Studio and you go to live streaming, now I just have to share the right screen so that the people on the thing can see it. Okay, so you go to YouTube, then you go to Creator Studio, and you go to live streaming, and you go to events, and you go to new live event, and then you just title it, give it a title. The date is going to be now. You can give it a description if you want to. Make sure that you change it to unlisted so that way people can't see this video. And then you go live now, and you can do a Google Hangout with a screen share. And you can record your SOPs that way if you want to. When we train our VAs, this is actually how we do it. We do a Google Hangout with them in the Philippines. I'll walk them through what I expect them to do. I'll record it. I'll give them a copy of the recording. There'll be a link, just a regular YouTube link that you'll get after it's done. Same thing I do with you guys when you have your coaching call, and I give them that link so they can refer to it as needed. And that's how we train our VAs. So whatever way works for them. As you know, people learn in different ways. Some people learn by watching. Some people learn by written instruction. Some people learn by doing. So whatever you think is going to be best for them. So you go to, let me get out of here real quick. So you go to live streaming. And then you go to events, and then new live event, and it brings you there. So whatever method works for you without having to buy like Zoom, which we bought for webinars and things like that. This is just a free resource that you have. And then in order to get back to the video, you just go to Video Manager, and they're all right in there. Are there any questions in the Facebook, Ike? Okay. All right. Okay. So if there aren't any other questions, I am going to stop this one, and we'll start the next one. And this is going to be a workshop. So before we even get started, while I try and fight with the computer in the back, I want you to think about what your goal for this year is going to be, because we're going to actually work through this together. So I want you to give it some real thought. Some of you, when you first signed up for the program, I asked you what your goal is, why you joined the program, and I actually have that information still. So I check up on it, make sure that you're hitting those goals. But I want you to set a goal for this year. So start thinking about that, because we're actually going to work through this worksheet together.